Alright guys, so we got some E90 problems today. This car from New York is still here. I try to drive it once a week. At least once a week. Sometimes I don't do that. We need to address two things with it. We need to address the growling noise and let off the gas. Although I drove it yesterday, I didn't notice that as bad. That's either wheel bearing, carrier bearing, front diff, rear diff, transfer case, something going on. Somebody's been messing with something. Something's gone awry. Anyway, yesterday I drove it to Walmart. I know, Lando Walmart, right? Had to go see my pajama pants people, I guess. Anyway, went there, got some stuff. Ran perfect, no problem. Came back out. Started up kind of like the timing was over advanced. Like drug for a second and started through check engine light. P0012. So code number 12. And that is for bank 1 over retarded timing. So I don't know. Did some research on it. Of course, all your dealership guys are replace all the cam sensors, replace the crankshaft sensor, replace the vanos solenoids, replace the camshafts, replace the head, replace everything. Okay, well, $10,000 later and you still didn't fix it. That doesn't sound too sweet. So this car has 148,000 miles on it, and it pretty much hasn't had anything done as far as vanos. Now, we did put a exhaust camshaft in it, as you know, we watched the previous videos. Both the vanos solenoids are factory, both the cam sensors are factory. We did take the screens out, or the check valve you call it, for the vanos. We cleaned those are perfectly clean. We did that here a while back. I thought we took the vanos solenoids out, but I don't think we did, now that I think about it. I think that was actually on Micah's 135i. I don't remember what. Can't remember what's what anymore. So if I could do it one-handed or not, we left the cover what I call service mode, so you could actually slip the damn thing out and actually work on the car without taking the cowl out. That'll make it a little easier to get to these. So today we're going to take these out. We're going to clean them. I don't have a lot of faith in that fixing that. I don't know. And but anyway, we're gonna take it out and clean it no matter what, because it's literally only a 5-minute job. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let me try to position this camera in here. All we need to clean it is some carburetor cleaner or some gasoline and a 10mm socket. All right, so we got our tripod kind of balanced weird there to get the shot. And if this is a 135, you don't have the space in here to do this. You have to pull the fan out. The 3 Series and 5 Series, there's plenty of room here to do it. We're going to start off by unplugging 2 vanos solenoids by pushing in the bell on the top one, and we'll pull it out. Now it's important to note, pull the bottom one out and I'll show you. If you switch them around, the car won't run right. At the wrong angle here. Alright, so there's 2 different plugs. And the lower one has a bend that goes backwards. That is for the lower sensor. The one that's straight is for the top sensor. That's how you know. So if you unplug them, got them mixed up, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. And we got a 10mm socket here. Let's go ahead and pull out those. Let me get a rag before we even start this disaster. Okay. So we're going to start off by taking a rag. We're going to keep oil from getting on that belt, so we're just gonna kind of tuck that maybe down there a little bit. I don't know, it's a good thought. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. As you know, on N52 and N54, oil on the belt is the Achilles heel of these cars. So 110, break it right loose, no problem. I'm going to show you when we take this out how to make sure that you don't mess that seal up, the oil seal. Alright, get her and do her by hand. We'll put that here out of the way so we don't lose that bolt. And then we're just going to wiggle it out a little bit. About to get something and pry against it. There we are. Okay, there's one. And make sure the seal is on there. If it's not on there, you just have to stick your finger in the actual hole and pull it out. And we'll make sure and clean all that crap up and put it something like that, so when you put it on there, it pushes back in the right spot. There is the lower. I think that's exhaust, if I remember right. I think the other one's intake. Don't hold me to that though. Alright. Vanos solenoid number 2 coming right out. Thinking about this, I'm hoping I have some carburetor cleaner here to do that with. We have our parts washer, which I need to put in the shop. It's currently sitting outside, but I want to dump that solvent. I want to put maybe some simple green or some purple power or something of that arrangement in there. Because I hate the fact that the solvent that's in it is so flammable. I almost hate to put it inside. And there's a second one right there. Pull a rag out of here. We got no oil past it. That's good. These things look pretty good, but you can tell by the goo on them that they've never been replaced. And if there's a part number or markings on the side of it, there is, I don't know, doesn't say BMW anywhere on it. Might have some Chinese actuators. All right, let's get the carb cleaner out. Okay, so we got about half a can of carb cleaner. Let's try not to spray it in the camera. Go down inside first. Spray down all these holes. And get all the goo off. Spray around the oil seal. Alright, get the other one. And what you're trying to do here, if one of these is sticking, it'll cause this problem. And pretty much you're trying to get out any goo or any stickiness to it. And that's pretty much going to do it for our can of carb cleaner. That should be sufficient. We'll go ahead and dry them off real good and we're going to put them back in. Okay, so we did wipe around on them and we finally got some BMW emblems to show up on them. One on top of there, one on top of there. And for some reason that one has a red marking on it. I don't know. It probably should have new ones of these. They're fairly expensive. I don't know if the owner's going to spend any more money on this thing or not. And you're spending money for a maybe. Like I'm not going to promise this to fix anything. But they get that much age on them, it might be a good idea to replace them. I don't, hate to mislead you guys and have you replace something that doesn't have to be replaced. That's kind of the worst thing, especially expensive parts. So let's go ahead and clipper top them, make sure your gasket's still on there, which it is. And it should go right in place. You guys don't need to watch me do this. I'll go and put these back in. I'll come back when they're done. Okay, so we're done here, and you can see that the finished product doesn't look any different from when we took it out. A little bit cleaner. We'll leave the cover off right now, just in case these reasons. And a lot of times, let me just explain a little bit what this thing was doing. after it threw that code, when you start it, the tach can kind of go up and down, like 500, like from 1100 down to 500. And when I left Walmart, I pulled up the stop sign and it died. And it already started, but I noticed this car over the last few weeks has been doing this thing to where, and it's always done it, you push in the gas from a dead stop, and it's like it takes off real slow. You have to push the accelerator down really far and it takes off normal. Sometimes it doesn't do that. I noticed you're on the highway and you get into it. Sometimes you hit the gas and it can, it'll kind of go and then all the power will come on, like all at once. And sometimes it doesn't do that. I'm really thinking that that DISA valve, the little gear, is broken on the flap, but we'll see. So let's start it up. We might have a little variance when we first start it. Turn the radio down and let's see. It's varying a little bit. It is slightly rough. There's varying, see it? But now, touch it, the tach's jumping. Before you do that, and it's like it would barely move. This thing needs some gas too. So I don't know, let's scan it and see. All right, so we might be onto something here. On this scanner, this is one of the new ones I got, this Maxodag scanner somebody sent to me. I don't remember who it even was, it's been a little while ago. If I can find it, I'll put the link in the description. But this thing does ABS, it does everything. It does everything my BMW scanner does, but for every car. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and let's just do this. Let's go and reread it. Let's go to storage, nothing's stored. Let's go to pending. And nothing's pending. See, before when I clear it, it'd always be pending no matter what you do. I'm gonna go drive this thing. That's the only way you know for sure. We'll go drive it a little bit and see if it's still surging on the power or not. Now, if it is, that doesn't mean that that's all this. It could be that this is probably also bad. That could also be the surging. But the random check engine light is what I was more concerned about. And now it's idling down. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Let's go drive it and see. Well, I think we fixed her, guys. You can see the idle's holding steady, no check engine light. Now, the question's gonna be, and it did ratchet the timing up correctly. I think what was happening, those vanos solenoids, when you start it, the timing's supposed to be retarded. Of course, when you hit the gas, it's supposed to advance it. And it seemed like the timing was still locked in advance when you're trying to start it. Now, let's go ahead and turn it off and restart it and see if it drags. More importantly, see if the check engine light comes on. Foot on the brake. Started normal. No fluctuation. Might be onto something. No check engine light. Those damn LED license plate light bulbs. So let's throw in that light. Let's read stored first. Nothing stored. Pending. Nothing pending. I'll be damn, we fixed her, guys. So now, if it was my car, I was gonna drive it every day, I would still replace those solenoids just because. I did notice we were also getting a rich exhaust smell, which could be also due to a retarded timing. I guess over advanced too, possibly. And when you cold start the car in the morning, you wouldn't get an oil smell in the cabin, but you would get like a rich exhaust smell. And just sitting here right now, I don't smell that anymore. So I think we're on the right track. Thought the idle was fluctuating, but it's not. So yeah, that's it. That's gonna be the fix for your, I guess, number 12 code for your BMW. This would be also for the N52, N52K, N53, and N54, and N55 engines. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.